Finance Minister, you mentioned the stock markets and the growing stock market equity investing cult. But my question is, do you see any excesses building up in the economy? Are certain areas of our economy getting overheated? The regulators seem to be a little concerned. They have expressed public warnings, froth in the market, valuation bubbles, unsecured lending. As the Finance Minister of India, what is your view on this?
I'll allow the markets to play on their own. Because as much as all of us can observe that our stocks are overvalued or our stocks don't represent the real value, whatever be it, I think the markets will play it out. And we should leave it to the wisdom of the market, because all of us have seen that despite huge fluctuations globally, Indian market has maintained a certain level of sanity. It hasn't really gone too violent this way or that way. So I'll place a lot of trust on the market.
Madam Finance Minister, I want to talk to you about two things. If you look at the overall numbers for foreign direct investment and foreign portfolio investment, the numbers show that we're at historic levels or we're doing much better than in the past. However, many economists would argue that that's not the full picture, that the right way of looking at this, and again I want to call two visualizations on the screen, the right way of looking at this is to look at foreign direct investment and foreign portfolio investment relative to our GDP. So if we were to do that conversion and have these on our screen right now, so just so that everyone's on the same page, the light cream represents foreign direct investments, where in 2001, if foreign direct investment was about 0.9% of the size of the GDP as a percentage, it's now 0.7. So it went up in 2010 and has been a flatline curve tending downwards till the last numbers are available for Q3 of the last year. So that's foreign direct investment. Foreign portfolio investments, which come into the markets, again is a zigzag flatline curve, not really tending upwards as a percentage of the GDP. They're saying naturally if the size of the economy keeps increasing, you look at the overall numbers, that looks very impressive, but convert it back into a percentage of the GDP and then the numbers tell their own picture. So here we've gone up from 0.6 to 1.3, but whether that is enough, optimal, and what more can be done. So how do you look at these numbers, the foreign attraction to India relative to the size of the current GDP? Madam Finance Minister.
They are very important indicators, no doubt. We'll also have to place them in the context. That is, whether the Indian market, Indian economy, the macroeconomy are all attractive enough for foreign direct investment to come. And whether for the FPIs, which are a lot more mercurial in their functioning, whether there's enough for them to earn. But that is looking at the one side of the coin, that is the Indian macroeconomic situation. But you'll also have to look at the global situation, whether the fund is ready to come here, or are there attractive markets outside? Despite that, if they have to come, what are the kind of things we need to do? So when the question is asked as to what the government has to do to keep FDI consistently coming to India, you'll have to every time pitch that picture against what is developing globally. So if the global situation is strong, you will have to do a lot more to attract them. And if the volatility is much more there, then you know that you will naturally project your macroeconomic situation being stable and attract them. I'm telling you the larger principle. But of late, India's macroeconomic consistency has been strong, and that is why you find FDIs coming in. Discussions with fund managers, discussion with sovereign funds, all of whom come to India to ask as to what is it that they can get into, which are the kinds of areas and so on. So yes, the map is important, but I would think the interest in investments coming into India is at its one of the peak moments, I would think, because of late, at least in the last 5 to 6 months, we've had quite a few funds coming to India to say, we are very impressed, we want to continue to be here, or we want to expand. So I would look at that as a very strong indicator that this picture will only improve and keep growing.